there, everyone. I'm so glad you joined me today. I want to talk about vocal compression. So what is vocal compression and how do we use vocal compression to improve our singing? My name is Lorianne Fuller and this is my tutorial to help you, give you some exercises and then help you understand really what's going on. When you compress something, you actually squeeze it. You put pressure into it. Think of an orange. So if you take an orange and you squeeze it, you get this beautiful, juicy orange juice, right? Sweet and delicious. Well, the same thing happens in our bodies. When we take a breath in, our vocal cords are just on the top of our trachea or our windpipe. So our windpipe goes down into our lungs. The breath goes into our lungs, filling them up like balloons, and the vocal cords separate like this. And then as the air is released, the muscles come back together and vibrate, and that's what makes the sound. So the more air that's released and the more pressure you put in your vocal cords, that's what creates that air compression or that vocal compression that we're talking about. It can help you sing louder or softer. It can help you whisper. So if I'm adding a lot of breath to my sound, it makes me whisper. And so whispering, and then if I add a lot of energy, a lot of pressure in my voice, that's how I can yell. And so actually whispering and yelling, those are the extremes. And so that vocal compression there is not actually good over time. Whispering dries out those vocal muscles, and then yelling literally like slams them together and they get very tired very quickly. So I have a couple of exercises to help you find the most balanced sound possible. So when I talk about balance, I'm talking about the balance between the amount of breath that you're releasing and the amount of energy or pressure or vocal compression you're using in your throat. Beautiful singing is that balance. So we don't want to do too much here and not enough here, or too much in the belly in the breath and not enough in the throat. So here we go. So just start with like a really basic ha, hey, he, ho, hoo. So that's speaking the vowels using an H sound. So I'm releasing the air coming up through the vocal cords. Vocal cords are vibrating in a speaking tone, ha, hey, he. So I'm just doing it about normal level. So in singing, we can work on what's called an onset exercise. The onset is actually how the muscles come together, how the breath connects into the tone. So it sounds like this. If we just use an E sound, still using a little bit of an H to get the breath started. He, 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 he. So I'm just creating a nice balanced sound by using my breath, starting the tone, connecting it into my vowel shape. I can do next on an ah, ha, 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 ha. So you can tell I'm kind of easing into that sound, helping to create that balance between breath and muscle. Now sometimes we use what's called a glottal start, and really what we're doing is we're forcing the muscles to come together quickly with a little bit of that pressure, that vocal compression in our throat. And sometimes that is useful in songs, but over time you don't want to use that glottal attack on everything that you're singing. So for example, you wouldn't go ah, ha, ah, ah. That's a little bit harsh for the singing. Instead, you want to work on a balanced onset like this. Ha, 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 ha. There it is. And so you can hear the natural vibration of my tone, the vibrato that comes in with that fluctuation of pitch. It's nothing that I'm creating extra. I'm just creating a nice breath flow. So there you go. Those are beginning exercises. You can do all the vowels. A, E, O, U. Use that little H sound to help you start the tone. Work on those onsets, the beginning of the tone, and then work to create that beautiful compression that then will eventually lead you to the dynamic choices you make in your songs, how loud or soft you're singing, up and down your vocal range. It's a really cool thing. I hope you found this helpful. Have a great voice day. Happy singing.